Welcome back to another video where today I'm going to be ranking the 7 coasters at Paultons Park, in my opinion, from the worst to the best. So let's get straight into it with number 7, which is Dino Chase. This is a cute kids coaster located in the very well themed section of Lost Kingdom. It's not really designed for my age, so I can imagine for kids it's a very fun ride. The one section I do find funny is that airtime hill that's surprisingly snappy for a coaster of this size. Number 6 is a good step up from Dino Chase with a longer layout and larger theming pieces, and recently opened as Farmyard Flyer. As an extension to Tornado Springs, Farmyard Flyer is a great family coaster with lots of theming spread out around the layout and a good looking entrance and station, which adds an extra touch to the already amazing area of Tornado Springs. Although brand new, it's slightly shaky in some sections, though that doesn't take much away from the ride experience. However, number 5 has a better drop and a longer ride time. Caterpillar Coaster is a Zero Tivoli that didn't used to be themed, though in 2015 it was themed into the new area of Critter Creek. One thing I quite like about Caterpillar Coaster is the length of the trains. If you sit at the back, you'll be pulled down that first drop while going up the booster lift hill. When at the front, you'll get a boost at the bottom. In my opinion, this is the best smaller scale coaster at Paultons Park, even if it isn't as well themed as the two below it, due to the more interesting layout, more comfortable trains, and longer ride experience. Okay, so now we're getting into the more thrilling rides at Paultons Park that are still family coasters, though are a big step up from those previous in this list. Number 4 goes to Velociraptor, a Vekoma Boomerang. You don't get as many of these around, so for lots of people, this could be a more unique style of coaster for them, and this is one of the quickest rides at Paultons Park. Like Caterpillar Coaster, you get a different experience if you're at the front compared to the back. It depends how far you want to go up that spike, or if you want to go the highest at the start of the ride. There are some decently intense moments on Velociraptor, like that first turn after you come through the station for the first time. You might get a tiny bit of airtime when you're going over the station. Overall, I like Velociraptor, though I think that Cobra, number 3, is a better overall ride in terms of the layout. Cobra is a mix of a wild mouse and a regular roller coaster, which makes it so fun. You have these really whippy turns at the start, which are quite abrupt and thrilling, mixed in with my favourite moment, which is the bunny hop into this shed at the end. What a great near miss moment. Feels like you're really close to it when you're actually not at all, and can catch you off guard. Cobra also has some helixes lost around that combine these two sections together. One factor that is missing though is the theming. Cobra was built when Paultons Park didn't really care that much about the theming, so although it's well presented, it isn't immersive at all. Though this could possibly be changed in the future if Paultons did decide to retheme this part of the park. Okay, so number 2 is a ride that went up my rankings after my last visit to Paultons Park, and it is called Flight of the Pterosaur. This ride is awesome with the way it interacts with its area, Lost Kingdom, in comparison to Velociraptor, and since it's an inverted coaster, you're swooping with your legs dangling below you around this section of the park, which it covers really well and fits perfectly into the space. There are some points where you go through rocks and beside dinosaurs, and the restraints are only lap bars, so you feel quite free when riding the coaster. One of my favourite moments is the intense helix towards the end, which picks up a good speed before braking in the station. I think the only downside to the coaster is the shortness, however the theming gives it an edge over Cobra. So in my opinion, the best roller coaster at Paultons Park is Storm Chaser, a Mack Ride spinning coaster that opened in 2021. This for me is the best coaster due to the combination of the high levels of theming and immense amount of fun this ride brings. As Storm Chaser is a spinning coaster, you'll get a different experience every time you ride it, and although the cars don't spin too much during the layout, you'll still be at different angles during the ride. It has a very out of control feeling to it that adds to the thrill, which you get quite a lot of even though it has a low height restriction. The helix towards the end of Storm Chaser is in my opinion the best moment, as you get pushed into your seat from the force, and the operations for this coaster seem the best out of all of the ones at Paultons due to it being able to run 2 trains, unlike Velociraptor and Flight of the Pterosaur, so the queue moves quite quickly. The soundtrack, theming and uniqueness to every thrilling ride you get on Storm Chaser makes it my favourite coaster at Paultons Park by far. And feel free to list your rankings in the comments below, but that's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.